Rhodes, the year 280 BC. At the gateway of the ancient world, a massive bronze entity stands guard over the shimmering blue sea. This is more than just a statue. It is a bold statement of power, freedom, and the absolute pinnacle of human intelligence and artistic vision. The Colossus looms over the harbor, its shadow stretching across the waves as sailors from distant lands gaze up in total awe and silent wonderment. The face of Helios shines with a divine authority, welcoming allies and warning enemies that Rhodes is a land protected by the gods themselves. As the sun rises, the bronze skin of the giant catches the first light, turning the entire harbor into a scene of legendary, golden splendor. Every detail was crafted to perfection, a monumental achievement that bridged the gap between the earthly realm of men and the celestial height of gods. To understand this giant, we must look back to the fire and blood from which it was born, a story of survival against impossible odds. The story begins in the aftermath of a brutal siege. The defeated army of Demetrius left behind mountains of war machines and discarded bronze armor. Instead of keeping these trophies of war, the people of Rhodes decided to transform the tools of destruction into a lasting monument of peace. The metal from the siege engines was melted down, purified, and prepared to be reborn as the skin of the sun god himself. Chares of Lindos, a master sculptor, was chosen for the task. He envisioned a figure so large it would challenge the very laws of physics. Construction began on a massive white marble pedestal, set deep into the earth to support the incredible weight of the coming bronze titan. Every stone was carefully placed, creating a foundation that needed to withstand the tides, the salt air, and the sheer pressure of history. Chares spent years perfecting the proportions, knowing that any mistake in the small scale would be magnified 100 times in the final version. The project was a massive financial and physical undertaking, fueled by the city's gratitude and their unwavering faith in their protector. Inside the legs, a complex skeleton of iron and stone grew, providing the structural integrity required to hold up the massive bronze plates. The city watched in wonder as the giant grew year by year, a symbol of their resilience rising from the ashes of their conflict. It was a labor of 12 long years, testing the limits of ancient engineering and the stamina of every craftsman involved in the build. The engineering was revolutionary. Chares utilized a massive internal framework of iron tie bars, stabilized by heavy stone blocks packed tightly within the cavity. Artisans meticulously beat the bronze into thin, curved plates. Each section had to fit perfectly against the next to create a seamless metallic skin. Rising to 33 meters, the Colossus was the same height as the modern Statue of Liberty, an unthinkable feat for the 3rd century BC. As the scaffolding was removed, the bronze skin was polished until it dazzled. It was said that the statue could be seen from miles away. The seams were so finely crafted that they were invisible to the naked eye, giving the impression of a single, solid god made of light. From its high vantage point, the Colossus watched over the entire Aegean, a silent sentinel ensuring the safety and prosperity of the island's people. The crown of Helios, with its iconic rays, became the definitive image of the sun god, an aesthetic that would influence art for millennia. Every limb was a masterpiece of balance and weight distribution, a testament to Chares' deep understanding of physics and structural load-bearing design. The finish was exquisite, catching every nuance of the sun's path across the sky, changing color from dawn's rose to midday's brilliant yellow. When the final plate was set, the city erupted in celebration. They had achieved the impossible, creating a wonder that the world would never forget. The statue did not just stand in the light. It seemed to generate its own, a beacon of human achievement visible across the vast horizon. The torch held aloft served as the world's first true superstructure, a guiding light for navigators and a symbol of enlightenment and progress. Walking beneath it, one felt the insignificance of man and the grandeur of the soul, a spiritual experience captured in cold, hard bronze. It was a perfect fusion of art and science, where the beauty of the form was only possible because of the strength of the hidden frame. The Colossus was now complete, ready to enter its golden age as the heart of the most vibrant city in the ancient Mediterranean world. For over half a century, the Colossus stood as a guardian. It was the heart of a global trade network, a spiritual anchor for sailors. Beneath its feet, the world met to trade. Fragrant spices from the east and fine linens from Egypt filled the air with exotic scents and colors. The scale was breathtaking. The daily lives of thousands played out in the shadow of the giant, a constant reminder of Rhodes' immense wealth and status. At night, the giant became a lighthouse. Its torch guided weary travelers home through the treacherous dark, a star fallen to earth to lead the way. People traveled from across the known world just to catch a glimpse of the bronze god, making Rhodes a center of ancient tourism and pilgrimage. Rhodes became the most prosperous port in the Mediterranean. Its success inextricably linked to the majestic presence of the Colossus standing at its gates. It was more than a monument. It was a companion to the city, a witness to the births, deaths, and triumphs of generations of Rhodian citizens. Poets wrote verses in its honor, and musicians played beneath its gaze, drawing inspiration from the sheer audacity of its existence and its divine beauty. Even in the fiercest storms, the Colossus stood firm, a symbol of stability in an ever-changing and often violent world of ancient politics. The statue was the face of a maritime empire, a golden age where art and commerce flourished together in perfect bronze-clad harmony. For 54 years, it was the eighth wonder of the world, an undisputed masterpiece that seemed destined to stand for an eternity. But even the gods must sometimes bow to the power of nature. In 226 BC, the earth began to groan and tremble. A catastrophic earthquake struck the island. The ground buckled and surged, sending shockwaves through the very foundations of the great city and its harbor. The Colossus, designed to withstand wind and tide, met its match in the violent shifting of the tectonic plates beneath its massive marble base. With a deafening roar of metal screaming against stone, the structural integrity failed. The giant began its slow, inevitable descent toward the earth. The fall of the Colossus was felt across the Mediterranean. It collapsed not into the sea, but onto the land, breaking at its weakest point. In an instant, the pride of Rhodes lay in ruins. The bronze god had fallen, leaving a void in the skyline and a scar on history. The people stood in stunned silence. Their protector was gone, and the harbor that once felt invincible now looked vulnerable and tragically empty. Even in its broken state, the fragments were so large that few men could wrap their arms around even one of the statue's giant fingers. An oracle warned against rebuilding it, so the ruins remained where they fell for 800 years, a haunting tourist attraction of a lost age. For centuries, travelers visited the fallen god, marveling at the sheer scale of the ruins, proof of a civilization that dared to touch the sky. Finally, the bronze was sold and carried away, melted back into the flow of history, leaving only the legend of the giant that once stood. The Colossus of Rhodes is gone, but its spirit lives on. Its legacy is seen in every monument that seeks to inspire and welcome humanity. From the ancient Mediterranean to the modern Atlantic, the dream of a colossal guardian remains a powerful symbol of our shared human aspiration for freedom. Today, only the stories remain in Rhodes, but the memory of the giant still haunts the harbor, a phantom
but
of
the
bronze
memory
and
of
light
the
in our
giant
imagination.
still haunts
It serves as a timeless reminder
It
that
serves
while
as a
physical
timeless
structures may
reminder
fall,
that
the
while
human
physical
drive to create
structures
something
may
truly
fall,
magnificent
the
is
human
absolutely
drive to
and
create
forever indestructible. The Colossus stands forever in the halls of history, a testament that we will always yearn to reach for the stars and leave our mark.